Today's Doctor Who fandom makes me sad, and here's why. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a new series here on my Doctor Who channel. This series is going to be called my rant series on Doctor Who topics. It can be on any sort of topic that is about Doctor Who or related to Doctor Who. Today, it's about today's Doctor Who fandom and why they piss me off and make me sad. Now, the reason for this is not because they haven't watched the original series, but simply because they don't even give it a chance. The majority of today's Doctor Who fandom haven't even given the classical series a chance. If you ask them why they haven't watched any of the classical series, they'll respond with something like, it was poor CGI, it was boring, it was too long, all these things. But they haven't even given it a try. It's fine enough if you have these opinions, but don't base them off of absolutely nothing. Now, I found Doctor Who in December 2012. That's not too long ago. I found it through a Doctor Who for Dummies video done by an American girl who had never ever seen the original classic series. So I'm not saying that I'm better than any of these people who were brought in by the rebooted series. I was as well, obviously. The majority of the Doctor Who fandom would obviously not be there today if it hadn't been for the rebooted series. But that still doesn't mean that the Doctor Who classical series is to be avoided. I know that the new series is with better CGI, is shorter, and with so-and-so better screenwriters. But that still doesn't mean that the classic series isn't amazing. Because it is. I fell in love with the classical series, and now I'm more addicted to that than to the rebooted series. Why? Because I gave it a chance, and trust me, I've been giving it a shot for a long time. I decided I was going to dive into the classical series, so I started watching the 5th Doctor's episodes, and I found them to be quite boring. Sorry to say so, but I found them to be really boring. Then I checked out some of the 1st Doctor's episodes, and I found them to be quite boring as well. But I decided I wasn't going to give up on the classical series just because of these 2 Doctors. So I decided to watch all of John Pertwee's episodes, and they were amazing, and that was what drew me in. And I've been watching all of his episodes, and now I'm in the middle of Tom Baker's episodes. It was boring to begin with, and too long, and I had a hard time keeping focus. But after I watched it more and more, I fell more and more in love with the show. Because what you really have to think about with the classical series is that it's not about the CGI, it's not about all of these, things that modern TV and films are about. It's about the actual writing and the acting, obviously, as well. And I'm not joking when I say that the classical series had way better writers than any of the people who have written for the rebooted series. And the Doctor Who fandom of today don't really give it any chance. Now, I'm not talking about, the older viewers, the more mature, grown-up viewers. I'm talking about the teenager viewers, the young viewers, that perceive Doctor Who through the rebooted eyes. Let me give you an example. Charlie Is So Cool Like. Go watch his Doctor Who tag video, and you'll find that there was absolutely no reference to the classical series except one about an old-fashioned monster that was kind of a joke monster. Besides that, there was absolutely no references or any sort of thing in his Doctor Who tag video referring back to the classical series. Why? Because he hasn't watched the majority of the classical series. And that really makes me sad, because I don't feel like you can go around calling yourself, oh, I'm a true Whovian, I'm a true Doctor Who fan, if you haven't even checked out the classical series. Do you have any idea how much time and effort they put into the classical series, even though it was poor CGI and all that? A lot. So be sure to go check out the original series. That's my final advice. Give it a shot. It's better than you would think. Alright, this is for me this week, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next rant video in about 2 to 3 weeks' time. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And, yeah, allons-y. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for watching the first episode of my new rant series. I hope you'll tune in next time for the next episode. Until then, be sure to check out the Ed78, who provided music for the intro. And also be sure to subscribe. Alright, see you next time. Bye.